Good morning, students. Here we are going to start a new chapter, that is chapter 1, class 9, chemistry. Hope you are well, and we are taking the first chapter, that is matter in our surrounding. The main topic which we are going to be covered inside it, the matter, its definition and characters. This is an important point, please note it down. Make the star for yourself. The states of matter. You know about the states of matter, solid, liquid and gas. Next is the some important terms which we are going to be analyzed over here. That is melting, freezing, evaporation, condensation and sublimation. Sublimation. Okay. Uh, Interconversion of the three states of matter as well, and besides that the basic physical quantities in the SI units. Okay. First of all, what is the matter? The matter is anything that has a mass and occupies a space and can be felt by our five senses. That is called matter. This is a particular definition you have to be learned in a proper way. What do you mean by the mass? Mass means it has some weight and it has to be occupy some space. Let's take an example, one for the living thing and one for the non-living thing. Living thing, as we can see, there's a jellyfish. The jellyfish in the oceans takes some space to live now. The same way, it has some weight, maybe the 10 gram, 100 gram or something. The second example we have taken, that is the cardboard. It's a non-living thing. You know, cardboard has a weight about the 100 gram or something, and besides, it occupies the space. So please, but if we can says the thoughts, soul, like these things are not the matters. Okay, how we identify the matter? So there are the some characters which which we can understand the matter. Matter is made up very small particles. They are called atoms. I mean, the atom is the most minute thing, a particle which cannot be divided further, right? Like our cells in our body. Our cells is made up of the atom. Our body is made up of the cells, na? Like a matter is made up of atom. These particles are too small. These particles are very small and we can't see them with our naked eyes. They are moving constantly. Further, in other slides, I will help you how they are moving. Okay, these particles have a space between them that is called intermolecular space. Particles of matter attract each other because they have a particular force of attraction. You know now about the gravitational force like that. This is called intermolecular forces. The type of matter you know very well, the solid, liquid and gas. And this is now we already discussed about the matter. There is another type of classification is there apart from the solid, liquid and gas, that is it can be the pure matter or it can be the compound mixture. Okay, mixture can also be the homogeneous mixture and the heterogeneous mixture. Homogeneous mixture where the same constitute of the every molecule is there is called homogeneous, whereas there is the varieties of the molecules are there and in not in appropriate amount, that is called heterogeneous mixture. The physical nature of matter already we are talked about. Now we are doing a activity. We said now there is some intermolecular space between them. For this proof the intermolecular space, we can take an example. If we take a glass of water and there is a molecule of water inside it, okay, we add the sugar inside it. So sugar is also made up of by the matter, I mean molecules. But we can see the volume of the water is not going to be increased I mean, the solution will not be increased. Why? Just because of they are fixed. The solid molecules of sugar are take a space between the water molecules. So hence it is proof कि they have a intermolecular phase space. The second one कि they are very tiny. For that, there is a potassium permanganate. It's a violet color pigment is there. We can mix into the water. Slowly, we change the amount of the potassium permanganate and then add it into it in the same 100 ml of water. Slowly we see, like in figure, the volume of the water become change just because of they are very tiny, right? Now next, they have a space between them. Already we can already say it. Now the particles are of matter are continuously moving. How we can show it? Ki they are continuously moving. This is very unbelievable thing for us कि the molecules are very minute. How they move, especially in solid. We understand in the liquid, we understand in gases, but how it is move in the solid? So just we can do ink and add it into the water. Slowly, the water molecules, the red ink or the blue ink molecules, we can see कि they spread in entire the water. It means they moving na. If the molecules will not be moved, how they are mix up, right? This is called intermixing of these kind of molecule is called diffusion. Means where the molecules are more and where the molecules are less, the molecules are transferred from higher concentration to the less concentration. This is called diffusion. Okay. Once again, we are talked about the matter particles are attract each other. The molecules are attract each other. They're a very simple thing. In solid, molecules are very closely packed. So the attraction force is higher, where in water the molecules are little bit afar. There is a less attraction force, molecular attraction force, but in the gases very less. A very simple, if we take the example of the two, the iron nail, if we want to break it, they have a very tight, high molecular attraction force. That's why we cannot cut the iron nail easily. But the solid, take an example of chalk, we can cut very easily. It means there is a something difference in the molecular forces, both the chalk and the iron nail now. Okay, this is because of attraction force. Now we are going to take the properties of the solid. We can understand by an example. You can read out over here and we can compare all that one. Okay, you can see their pictures, okay, how they are arranged, the gases very less arranged. Now here, the solid, liquid and gas. We summarize it in a one way so you can understand and differentiate between them very easily. Here first one, the constituent particles. The constituent particles means its molecules, right? In solid they are very closely packed. The molecules of liquid are less closely packed. Whereas in gases, very less closely packed they are there. Okay, they are literally free. The force of attraction obviously in solid is very strong, in liquid is less strong, but in gases is completely negligible. Third point, the force of attraction, or we can say molecular force, is very strong in the solid, whereas in liquid the kinetic energy is more. Kinetic energy means when we are heat up any liquid, then the energy of kinetic energy is increased, so they have more. But in the gases, the kinetic energy is maximum. Okay, so we can say the solid has least kinetic energy. If we are talking about their shape and volume, obviously solid has a definite shape and volume, whereas liquid has a definite volume, but its shape can be changed according to the vessel. Gas has neither definite shape or nor definite volume. If we are talking about the density, obviously solid has high density and they cannot be diffused. Diffused I already told you. Liquid has a lower density, but in gases very least density. They can easily diffuse. We have an example of scent stick or the perfume. If we are talking about the compressibility, means they can be pressed or not. So obviously solid molecules are very close, so they are incompressible. Liquid almost a little bit we can compress. Take an example of LPG gas. LPG is a gas normally, but we are fixed into the LPG cylinders, so they are compressible, whereas gas, their molecules are very afar, that's why they are highly compressible. We can take the example of the oxygen cylinder in the hospitals. Nowadays it is very important in corona time. Okay, we can take the constitutions, the figure you can understand very well. I provide you 3 of the figures. Now, is it possible that we can change their states, right? So we can, it's very simple. We have a very simple example of ice. It's a solid state. The other one is water, that is liquid state. Third one is gaseous state. It means water vapor is gaseous state, or we can, the stream is gaseous state. The solid, when we heat ice, it changes into the water, it means it's liquid state. When we heat again, it's changed into the vapor, that is also a gaseous state. Can it change back into its main manner? Of course. Just opposite process is going there. When we are cool down it change into the liquid. When again cool it, maybe into the fizz, then again change into the solid state in the ice. It means state can be changed, right? We have our best example of water, right? So first one is called the melting and second one is called the boiling, right? Here again I show by the figure. Here we can see the structure of molecule inside it. Ice has a tight molecular structure where the water has a loose particles, where in the stream has a very far particles, molecules are very far to each other. Let me understand the melting. Melting is also called the fusion. When the solid is heated, the particles begins to vibrate. Vibrate means they have kinetic energy provided from the outside. So they have become more speedable and became more freely. Okay, if we put the ice on a normal temperature, it is melt just because of outer temperature. The process of melting is also called fusion. The temperature at which a solid melts is called its melting point. The melting point of ice is 0 degrees Celsius or 273 Kelvin. here is a Kelvin, is a different SI unit. Okay, so most of the questions are convert for it come into the examination. So we are going to be practice it further. Okay, other important question is there, which is comes mostly, that is latent heat of fusion. Latent heat of fusion means, first we can understand the definition. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg of solid into the liquid at the atmospheric pressure at its melting point is called the latent heat of fusion. So please underline this definition and learn properly. Means 1 kg solid is to be changed into the liquid. If we take the example of ice, if there is a 1 kg of ice and we provide the energy, okay, and it will convert into the liquid, that energy is called latent heat of fusion. This is also called छुपी हुई heat, which is inside the ice, but it cannot be seen. We can see the figure of melting, we can see it by the thermometer as well. Next point is boiling. All we know about the boiling. When liquid is heated and its particles begins to move even faster and change into the stream or water vapor. So boiling is a bulk phenomenon. It changes into the vacuum. The temperature at which liquid start boiling is called its boiling point. The boiling point of water is 100 degrees Celsius or 373 Kelvin. It means 100 degrees is there and 273 Kelvin is there. So 273 plus 100, what is that? 373 Kelvin. Please learn about it. That is very important. Again, the same question is there. Latent heat of vaporization. The amount of heat energy required to change 1 kg liquid into the gas, that is called the latent heat of vaporization. It means here is a one condition, that is atmospheric pressure. Okay, if we are going to be boil it in the space, the same will happen or not? No. That's why the term added in this one, that is atmospheric pressure, which we feel from our outside. Okay, so please learn it properly. The boiling we can see over here. Effect of temperature on the molecular motion. In solid we can see the molecules are tight. When we are going to be heated, they are moved afar. Whereas in a liquid, in the cold state, when we hot it, their molecules are spread out. This is the most important definition over here. The sublimation. Have you ever seen the camphor kapoor, which we are used in some puja or aarti? When we burn it, it directly changes into the gas. It means in between liquid state is absent. When the change the state directly from solid to gas, that is called sublimation. Once again, example of the camphor and ammonium chloride. It directly changes into the vapor, but if we can cool it down, then it again change into the solid. There is a experiment given over here. If you are coming into the laboratory, I will show you again, right? Thanks. Okay, we are going to be finished for the now. Tomorrow I will cover the lesson completely. Then we are going to be take the NCERT question answers. Thanks.